Welcome to the Automated Daily, Space News Edition, the podcast created by generative AI. Tonight, the moon slips into Earth's shadow, the sun fires off a chain of storms, and James Webb keeps rewriting what we thought we knew about distant worlds. From eclipses and auroras to exoplanet atmospheres and launch strategy, here's your fast, focused briefing on the biggest developments around August 28, 2026. This episode is brought to you by Consensus. Consensus uses AI to help you find and understand research papers, and you can get a free month. Find the link in the episode notes. First up, skywatchers across much of the Americas, Western Europe, and Western Africa were treated to a deep partial lunar eclipse on the night of August 27th into August 28th. At maximum eclipse, roughly 96.3% of the moon's disk was inside Earth's umbra, making the event look almost total. As the bright lunar surface dimmed, the shadowed region was expected to glow copper red, a result of sunlight being filtered and bent through Earth's atmosphere. Beyond the spectacle, eclipses like this also let scientists study atmospheric dust and scattering on a global scale. Meanwhile, space weather forecasters were tracking a more disruptive story: 4 coronal mass ejections partially headed toward Earth. Model guidance suggested a staggered arrival beginning late on August 28th and extending into August 30th, creating the possibility of a prolonged geomagnetic disturbance rather than one brief impact. High-latitude aurora watchers could get several nights of strong displays, but the stakes go far beyond photography. Geomagnetic storms can interfere with radio communications, disturb satellites, increase atmospheric drag in low Earth orbit, and in stronger cases, strain electrical infrastructure on the ground. A notable development in forecasting comes from artificial intelligence. A system called EarlyDetect, built using data from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory, is designed to recognize the subtle acoustic and magnetic signatures of solar active regions before they become visible on the sun's surface. Researchers report average lead times of about 9 hours. That may not sound long, but in operational space weather, a few extra hours can help satellite operators, power grid managers, and forecasters prepare for the next flare or CME-producing region. On the exoplanet front, James Webb observations are helping overturn the old idea of a single cosmic shoreline that neatly separates planets with atmospheres from airless ones. Some intensely irradiated lava worlds, including famous targets like 55 Cancri E, appear to hold on to substantial atmospheres, possibly replenished by outgassing from magma oceans. At the same time, some cooler rocky planets around M dwarfs seem to lack atmospheres when older models suggested they should retain them. Researchers now propose a more complex picture that includes a hot cosmic sandbar, a cooler shoreline, and an airless valley in between. JWST also delivered a reality check in the search for alien megastructures. 2 promising Dyson sphere candidates identified by Project Hephaistos were followed up with higher resolution imaging and spectroscopy. The verdict: both infrared excesses were caused by background galaxies blended with foreground stars in lower resolution survey data. That means no Dyson spheres this time, but the result is still important. It shows exactly how techno-signature searches can be refined, especially by accounting for line-of-sight contamination before declaring a star unusual. Finally, space operations continued on every scale. ESA reportedly awarded its first contracts under the European Launcher Challenge, signaling a push to strengthen Europe's independent launch capabilities. At the International Space Station, crews prepared for maintenance spacewalks aimed at replacing a key space-to-ground antenna and potentially upgrading navigation hardware. Add in the steady cadence of commercial launches and new additions to the exoplanet catalog, including nearby habitable zone candidates, and the broader picture is clear. Space science is moving forward not just through rare discoveries, but through relentless day-to-day infrastructure, observation, and engineering. Thanks to our sponsor, Stock MVP. Stock MVP helps you invest like the pros using data-driven insights. Find the link in the episode notes. That's it for today's Space News edition of the Automated Daily. From eclipses overhead to storms from the sun and new questions about worlds far beyond our own, the cosmos remains busy. Join us next time for more AI-generated coverage of the science and operations shaping our future in space.